Yeah, we're not happy with the start of the season. We thought our first game against GWS we were poor. We then went into the bye, had to fix a few areas, their contested footy in particular. And whilst we were better on the weekend at a number of different areas and a number of the key indicators, unfortunately we didn't have the composure in the last term and we didn't win again. So clearly losing the first two is not what we're after, but we'll keep working hard at it.
Oh, and everybody wants to put 2 and 2 together about the Swannies and come up with a reason for their 0-2 start to the season. There's theories flying around all over the place. I saw Josh Kennedy asked about this in a press conference last week, and he just had a bemused smile on his face when fielding questions about what's wrong with the Swans. And he joins us on the show. Good morning to you, Josh.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, guys.
It probably continues to be the same for you. You'd rather be 2-0. Of course you'd rather be 2 wins from 2, but I can't imagine that there's panic buttons being pushed internally amongst the playing group up at Sydney just yet.
No, certainly not. Obviously, it's not the start of the season we wanted, but it is a marathon, and we just got to make sure that we're putting in the right processes and training hard, and eventually I think it's going to click. And as long as we're doing everything right and everything we can, things will turn as they can pretty quickly in this game.
Good morning, Josh. It's Tim here. In terms of the instruction on Saturday night, I was watching that game and I became frustrated watching Sydney play because you were rushing forward and then just kicking to your forward line when you were completely and utterly outnumbered at that part of the ground. Obviously, that wasn't the instruction to do that. So what were you supposed to be doing on Saturday night that you didn't get done on Saturday night?
I think we just probably lacked a little bit of composure through the midfield. Combined with just a couple of structural things up forward. But we reviewed the game yesterday and not much changed in the first half to the second half with regards to our structural stuff. It was more our composure and ability to, I guess, use the ball more efficiently, and it was just a bit disappointing that we weren't able to do that in the last quarter.
Is it harder to find forward targets, Josh, when you, as a midfielder, when, as Tim said, the scenario that Tim sort of put to you just then, in the modern game, you say we lack composure and a couple of structural issues, but when you're actually trying to hit a target, hit a clean one-on-one target, is it a whole lot harder to do now than maybe it was even when you first started playing AFL footy?
That's a good question. I'm not too sure. Obviously, the pressure. There's so much emphasis on pressure and coming forward at the opposition and
numbers back, more numbers back.
Yeah, I guess so. And I think you probably rely on you probably know that you're going to get maybe an outnumber situation up forward, but we probably just weren't able to impact that contest up forward, combined with the poor, I guess, delivery from the midfield. So, it's something that we got to keep working on. But I guess the other parts of the game, our contested footy, and was an improvement from the week before. And if we continue to, I guess, train that, and as well as the structural stuff up forward and the coherence with the midfield, then I'm sure it's gonna click.
Good morning, Josh. It's Andrew Gaze here. A lot's been spoken about the stuff going on off the field. Mm-hmm. Culturally, have you noticed any change? Not necessarily, may not be for the worst, but have you noticed any change culturally amongst the group this season?
No, not at all. It's obviously we've been under the spotlight a little bit more, but internally it's much the same. And we haven't had the start to the season we wanted, but I reckon in the last couple of years our starts to the season haven't been great either. But we've been able to sneak away with a couple of wins. But look, internally I think we're doing everything that we have previously, and the feeling's the same, and we're confident that. We've got to keep our processes right, and they're the right ones. We know that they work, and it's going to turn for us.
Hey, Josh, do you need to... Just watching that game the other night too, and Scotty Pendlebury had a great game after quarter time. that defensive midfielder, and I know you all play an accountable type of midfield, but that hard-nosed type bloke like your Brett Kirk or your Cameron Ling or somebody that can actually go after somebody and really just sort of lock down on them and shut them out of the game. Are you missing that person at the moment?
I don't think so. We had, obviously, Benny McGlynn went to Swanee and did a pretty good job for most of the game, and I think it's there when we need it. But look, it was a team effort. Pendlebury, obviously, a great player, and I guess just got off the chain in the second and third quarters, especially. But we need to, as a group, be able to just lock that away a bit better.
Yeah.
Talking about players you're missing, do you reckon you're missing Shane Mumford?
I think when we played him, we did. He was one of their best players. But no, I think the guys that have come in, Pikey's had a pretty slow start to the pre-season. Every game he's getting a bit better, and Tom Derrick's on the weekend I thought was pretty good. His aggression around the ball and his ability to sort of impact it at ground level is really good. And we got full faith that they're doing the right things and that they can get the job done for us.
Since Mummy left, have you noticed when you have those famous Swans barbecues that there's more sausages left on the barbecue at the end of it all?
Yeah, mate, I've lived with him for 2 years, so it's good to have a bit of food left in the fridge.
So the reputation of him was well earned.
Yeah, oh yeah, yep, no doubt.
Mate, it's a tough run. There's not many games in AFL footy anymore, and you're going to get a pretty desperate Adelaide over at Adelaide Oval on the weekend. Mate, we wish you all the very best. It's an interesting watch. You know that everybody's looking at the Swannies at the moment, and from the outside in. So we wish you the best, and thank you for coming on the show again.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Good on you,
Good on you, Josh.
Kennedy
Good on you,
from
Josh.
the Swans.
Gee,
Hey,
we love the way he plays.
we do, absolutely.